Ayo, it's Mayo. Now, doing informational and educational content about the Maze English List Mel is sin estar es rs ese. I use ese era ese. That's her thing. She is dope at it. But you know what? Sometimes you want some different perspectives, explainings, and you might enjoy this explainings, but you might not. But it's me being as educational as I can while I'm very manic and I just drink a Coca-Cola. So anyway, now the number one thing that you need to understand when OTOing MEL is everything is CV. But it's not constant vowel. It's constant variable. You're doing VCVs, it's CV because it doesn't change. That the thingamajig before the vowel, it doesn't change. It's just the same. And it's the same here because MEL is diphonic. No VCV. No CVV. None. And because it is diphonic, that means that literally there is a constant section and a variable section. Am I recording? I am. So, let's open this up. I think this is a梨音ナツカ. I don't know. Anyway, so if you're doing MEL, you probably know some stuff, you know, how to do CV. It's up to you if you want to make this, that. You know, it's all up to you. Some people like to set overlap to 0 on plosives, but I'm like, no. I just imagine, you know, that it makes a difference. Anyway, so yeah. CV, everyone knows how to do CV, and because MEL comes with a base OTO with all of the CV set up, you just gotta do this. It's not even a requirement that you change around the overlap. But anyway, let's skip straight down to something like this. Now, it's totally up to you how much overlap and how much vowel you have. It's kinda not the most important to have the overlap them properly when you're doing the CVVC kind of stuff. So anyway, everyone gets the right. Yeah, because here's the consonant and here's the vowel. And this is constant. This won't change. And this is variable because it will change. It'll get stretched and it'll get cut off, and that's really the only two things that can happen. I'm sorry. And then, don't you love how nice and tidy this is? Everything's CV, and then whoops, it don't see. Suddenly it's not CV anymore. So anyway, this one's easy too. It comes all set up like this. This is the consonant. It's a vowel, but it's a consonant because it's constant. And all you have to do is put... Oh my goodness. Is this better?
Me.
I think.
Me.
Dang. Okay, she just doesn't have an M then. Yeah, you just... What's going on here? Anyway, yeah, how much... Okay, I can't think about this right now. That's too confusing. Okay, yeah. So basically, if this fits your pattern right here, just don't touch it. Leave the overlap in the pre-utterance the way it is. And then all you have to do is put the preodorants between the boundary of the consonant, which is a vowel, and the vowel, which is a consonant. And you can pull this out so it makes better render noises, but what in the heck is up with this? Why can't I hear? Let's get to something else that we actually will be. This bank does not want me to. Yeah. And here is a plosive. And the thing about plosives is only the silence. You got a plosive. Silence is the vowel. I'm sorry. Yes. Like T, K, P, G, D, the I need some tools down. The silence is the vowel. So, other than plosives, plosives, the ta, ka, pa, sha. Other than that, like this is the silence, and therefore it is the vowel. But you go back here, and we're going to say R. We can see she isn't making the R sound there, but she is there. And the R sound is the vowel. And the longer you have it, the better the rendering will be when you stretch them out. But do not do the CZ. Never, never, never. I'll switch your plosive so you can see it easier. This is the kind of nonsense CZ does. And it's like, after it makes that sound, it's gonna make the ch sound. No, you don't do that. You do this. You make sure that that ch sound never, never plays when you're doing a VC. That's the rule. Anyway, you probably got the point of the VC actually being the CV. So let's move to something that's a little less as apparent. Alrighty. And here, so Sin, SRS, she doesn't record these the way I prefer it's recorded. She goes, oh, yeah, but I prefer it to be, oh, so that you can get the stretchy stretch right. Anyway, so here, this is not one phoneme, even though it's represented as one phoneme, it's two. You got the oh and you got the eh. So you just put the red line where you think the O ends, and where the it begins, and then if you record it the way I like it, then you don't have to mess with the right blank. But if you record it this way or the way Sin does, which is a valid way, you do need to mess with the right blank. And that's literally, oh man. Oh, okay. I haven't looked at this bank yet. Alright, and now here, you just put it where the preutterance where the full vowel starts. So any like won't be where the note starts. Yeah. And it's just like that, like if you go like then you put the preutterance after the like that. And it's easy, fun. And how you auto these is completely up to you. I auto these the way I would auto a V in a CV bank because, But so that it's just like there, and you have to add the stuff by hand. But I think you can add these vowels to the vowel crossfader in utility in UTAU, and then it would work like normal. But it's really rare there's an actual VV in English other than the diphthongs, because I was making UST and it said curious, and it's like but there was a Y, and I was like, whoa. So it's not really important how you do these, but you can just go like that and see where it's nice, and people who use them will use them, but a lot of people will set the overlap and pre-utterance to be something so that you don't need to use the vowel utility to do that. And I dislike this. I dislike this so much. Okay, so you can't do this. Okay, this is a bad example because when you record MEL as MEL is, it says to go E, and some people will go E, and some people will go E, but you're never supposed to go E key. But there is silence. It won't be the correct, but basically you just want this pre-utterance to be at the end of the vowel, which is the constant, and just have this right here. If you're doing any cool breathies, the longer you do the right blank, the longer your notes can be to release the sound and all that fun stuff. So it's so funny that the right blank was actually perfect for a lot of these. If you have a choice, you do want the overlap to actually, you know, like be where the vowel is full, so it will properly overlap. Yep. And now we have the part that most people would be confused about. And this is the CC. And basically it's just the same. You just put the pre-utterance at the boundary of the constant and the variable. And that's basically, I'm gonna find one now. Alright. Dang it, you didn't even record it right. I can't be mad. It's a Japanese UTAU. But anyway, so I do like to pull left blank back and move overlap to where it's a place where it's like consistent, and then just that. It's like doing CV, because you put the pre-utterance basically at the beginning of the variable, so even though this is a consonant, it's a constant variable, CV, despite being CC. Pretty dope, huh? And like I said, I just pull this back so that it's at a place that's pretty consistent. And here is a case of the silence being the vowel, because you, as before, you do not want the P to show up. You don't want the P when it's at the end of a CC. I hope someone thinks of that and it's like, wowzer, that teaches me how to do CV with plosives in the final position. Yeah. You do not want any of the plosive. You just want silence when you're doing a C plosive. And then you just do like this. You see, where does that... I'll have to fix that in every base Oto that was based off of this one. But you'll see where the sh ends and the whoop begins. And that's where pre-utterance goes. And you just put as much of the wet as you can without getting in the in. And a good way to test it, if you can hear the W, you're safe. You might not have enough of the W, but close enough. And don't be afraid to play with left blank and overlap in cases where the k sound is k and not just k. And yeah, what else do we have? Oh yeah, and then we have this thing. I'm gonna have to redo it so it's like, okay, so silence plosive like this one, completely pointless. But I just have them there because I think someone would mention how weird it is that it's not there. And this is just silence is the consonant and the vowel is this. So you just do that the way you would other things. Like, yes, you just put the preutterance at the transition from silence, at the boundary of silence to consonant, and you pull out consonant, the blue thing, until it's pretty stable, and you pull out the right blank as far as you can without touching the vowel. Never touch the vowel. Oh man, it's gonna. And then for the, dang it, why do I have so many typos here? And then the one last is this. Oh my goodness. She didn't release the end. Okay, she didn't release, so I can't show you. So did she release any? She didn't. She didn't release any of them. Okay, so okay. So for the most part, the vowel is constant. The consonant is a constant, and the silence is the vowel. So, okay, let's just put this here. So the transition from the v to the silence is like that. But it's different if she had a single released in consonant. I could show you. But anyway, I'll just, okay. So, because I have to, so this is the waveform. Here is the vowel, and then here's the silence, and here is a plosive. What you want to do for a C silence is you want to put overlap right before the plosives. You want to put overlap right before the plosive starts. And you want to put and you want to put left blank before the vowel so that this silence is cross-faded into the silence before it from the VC. And you want pre-utterance to actually go right after the plosive, and this way what's stretched out is silence, because silence is the vowel. And I'm sorry that she had no released in consonants for me to show you that. So yeah, I had fun recording this. Yay. Okay, bye. I think I'm sad that this has no released N consonants. It's going to be hard to use. Yeah, there's no released N consonants. I can try to find a workaround, but that would require doing UST stuff every single time. But whatever. I think she has one other bank that I can convert. Okay. Bye.